This was as far as I managed to drive, and as you can see my time marks stopped in the middle of the snow-capped tracks, and so I had to reverse back and turn around and go back down to the car park at the beginning of the road where the cattle grid is. This is Golf 4 Andrew Holland, Golf 4 Victor Foxtrot Lima, and I'm going to be going up Golf November Papa 001, which is Cross Fell, and the weather's fine but quite windy and quite cold. I've come up to the car park here at the cattle grid, at the road that leads up to Great Dunn Fell radar station, but the road further on is blocked by snow as far as I'm concerned. I think if you Snowcat had left great rocks in the road, so actually it's quite tricky potentially for damaging the under of the car. But anyway, there we are. So on to the next step. On the way up I actually got set off, so there we are. And this is where I'd hoped to get to park, and you can see there's enough space for parking. You're not allowed to go beyond this point on the last leg up to the radar station, and apart from the sun you can see there's plenty of parking here. So, and that's the road through the barrier to the mine. So that's a little bit of snow, and that'll be it. Oh, the road eventually rises up to the ridge, and it joins the Pennine Way, or the Pennine Way joins the road, depending on how you want to look at it. And then it progresses up the next little bit, and we arrive at another car park, believe it or not, that I didn't expect, just before the final barrier which bars the way to prevent you driving all the way up to the top of Great Dunn Fell. So as you see, walk past that and we're nearly there. You can just see the radar station just round the corner of my SOTA pull. So and the final ascent up to the top of Great Dunn Fell, where there is a radar station for the Civil Aviation Authority. And here it is, a radar dome, a couple of other domes of I don't know what's in them, and an assortment of masts with different antennas on them that were coated in ice. And these were quite iced up. But when I returned on my return trip from Cross Fell, the ice had all melted and dropped off, and they were all as clean as a whistle. So, from Great Dunn Fell onto the paved way to Cross Fell, somebody has carried up huge paving slabs, and it obviously to prevent the wear on the Pennine Way as you go towards Great Cross Fell, where I finally arrived. At the top of Great Cross Fell is the trig point and some shelter of sorts, but the shelter, as you see, is full of snow, and this is the panorama view at the top of Cross Fell. And with a look around, the distant view was not good. As you see, it was clear above, but a hazy layer down towards the ground, and we'll pan round and you can see the summit shelter appearing on the photos, and around we go, a bit more summit shelter. You can see the snow piled up inside. I managed to find a corner, and round towards the trig points you can see the radar station, and you can also see there's quite a distinct layer below, and you can see a silhouette of Dufton Pike in the bottom, on the left hand side, and the final view of the panorama of the summit, I think. And this is the route I took. Originally I planned it to be about 10 kilometres and about a couple of 100 metres of ascent, having to park at the bottom, and it was a bit more ascent, and 14 kilometres. And the final thing is many thanks to the chasers: Golf 6 Lima Kilo Bravo, Golf 0 Tango Delta Mexico, Golf Mike 4 WHA, and Mike Whiskey 1 Foxtrot Golf Quebec.